Hello everyone, and welcome to the Narcissistic Abuse Recovery Care Network. I'm Dean, the host of the N.A.R.C.N Network and channel, and also the host of the Unmasking the Narcissist channel. Today I'm going to be presenting to you episode 173, and the title of episode 173 is Watching Your Narcissist. Now, in this particular episode, we're going to talk about some stuff we've talked about on the network before, and that is actually keeping tabs or keeping an eye on your narcissist. Now, this is something you're only going to be doing, of course, if you know you have a narcissist or suspect you might have a narcissist. This is commonly something that will happen if you're trying to figure out if you've got a narcissist. You may be keeping an eye on their social media. You may be keeping an eye on who they're hanging out with, their friends, what they're doing, where they're going, things of this nature. And of course, if you're in some type of relationship with a narcissist of a romantic nature, you may be even more keen to doing this in a more intense way, especially if you suspect something weird might be going on with that narcissist and you're not really sure. Maybe you suspect that this person is seeing somebody else besides you, and of course, if you are dealing with a narcissist, the likelihood that they are is more likely than not, and probably they're involved with more than one person than just you, not just one. But when we talk about keeping your eye on the narcissist, there are many different things we can do to do this. Sometimes keeping an eye on your narcissist, whether you're suspicious of them or whether you know you have a narcissist, can be relatively simple. You know, monitor their social media if you can see it. If you're still friends with them on social media, you can monitor their social media very closely. If you aren't friends with them on social media, it becomes a little bit more difficult because you may not be able to see where they are, but you might be able to see their pages perhaps. Narcissists behave a certain way, and if you want any information on how to monitor a narcissist on social media, I can tell you that there's a ton of this out on the internet. There are people who will describe to you and tell you exactly how to monitor your narcissist in a legal way, so that there's no issues with this and you can actually keep an eye on them. A lot of this is based on, police or FBI surveillance that they use sometimes in legal ways when they cannot go into somebody's actual profile and look at it because they have a judge's order or something of this nature. So there are many very legal ways to keep an eye on your narcissist, and you can do that quite easily. But as well, as we know, there are a great many people who are professional level hackers on the internet. Now keep in mind there are a bunch of people who pose as hackers on the internet and don't really have the abilities to do that type of thing in cyberspace. But there are also a lot of people who are very skilled at this. Now, I don't necessarily condone using this type of service to gain evidence against your narcissist. If you feel you want to do this, by all means go ahead. It's really up to you. Just remember that if you do attain evidence against your narcissist of this nature, be it the factor that you've caught them cheating or doing something that they shouldn't be doing, and you seek to pursue legal action against them, this evidence that you have acquired illegally will not be admissible in court. You will not be able to use this in court. In fact, you may actually get into trouble. There are a number of automatic spy programs out there on the internet that you can actually download for a fee. These things do work. I do know people on the N.A.R.C.N network who actually have used these programs. The way that they work is varying different ways, but of course if you are in a situation, let's say, where you are living with a spouse in a home and you are concerned about whether or not the spouse is cheating on you, you can use these programs to actually internally go look into their social media. This includes their conversations in Messenger on any type of social media, and you can actually be aware of whether or not this person is engaging with somebody that they shouldn't be, because you will be able to see the conversations that they have with these people, whether it's in Messenger on Facebook, on Instagram, on Discord. Basically any of these messenger platforms will be accessible, and you'll be able to see whether or not this person is doing something that they're not supposed to be doing with somebody else, or having some conversations or some interaction with somebody else that they shouldn't be. But again, any evidence that you acquire using these programs, it's not going to be admissible in court. And as well, if you are gaining access to any social media platforms or any messenger type platforms without proper authorization, you can actually be subject to FCC laws related to this thing, or to CRTC laws, which state that any type of hacking or anything into social media or something is a very severe offense. So be aware that if you are using any of these types of programs, or if you are even using a hacker to get into people's social media in this particular way, that there can be ramifications related to this. I would suggest not to do this. I have never used any of these particular things myself either. My ability to actually keep an eye on my narcissists came from learning how to do this off the internet, and learning tactics that policing services like the FBI and CSIS and other organizations like this use legally to keep tabs on individuals that they need to keep tabs on, without doing it in an illegal way. So again, you can find information about this all over the internet. You can find how to keep an eye on your narcissist in a legal way. And of course, you can just do this simply by monitoring them if they're in your home, or if you are watching them, or if you have any type of other access to them. Again, I don't necessarily condone, picking up your spouse's phone and going through it. But there are people out there who will indeed do that to make sure that their spouse is not up to something strange. Again, there's nothing healthy about this. This does not indicate that you have a healthy relationship with the person that you're dealing with, or with the person that you suspect might be a narcissist. But again, you have to choose what you have to do for yourself in this instance to have peace of mind, and to ensure your own safety, and to ensure that you feel comfortable in whatever is going on with whatever individual it is that you're dealing with. But watching your narcissist can be done in a very legal way. You can do it in a very non-invasive way as well. And you will find out lots of information about your narcissist if you do keep an eye on them. Because as we know, narcissists are not perfect. I've had a few narcissists in my life here who I've caught in different instances being able to indicate what's going on with them when they were indeed carrying out narcissistic behavior with me, and catching them on social media in particular instances where they were doing something that they weren't supposed to be doing, just by observing them very closely. And you can actually do the same here. So when it comes to watching your narcissist, you have different things that you can do to do this, both legal ways and perhaps not legal ways. The choice is up to you to choose what you want to do here. You choose what you want to do based on the severity of your situation, and based on what you feel is necessary for your own peace of mind and well-being. So this is just what I wanted to talk about here quickly in episode 173. I'm going to say to you guys, please stay tuned. I've got lots of content coming up on the N.A.R.C.N network, and also on the Unmasking the Narcissist channel. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll catch you really soon.